Welcome back, everyone, to Stop Seeking. Tune into Self-Awareness and Non-Duality Lifestyle, the channel where we explore abundance, happiness, health, and wealth through self-awareness and effortless living. I'm Cole, and as always, I'm joined by the one and only Maverick.
Thanks, Cole. It's good to be here. So what's on the agenda today?
Today, we're talking about The Simpsons.
Ah, the iconic show. If you're living on Earth, chances are you've heard of it. But just in case someone out there hasn't, why don't you tell them what it's all about?
Sure thing. The Simpsons is a long-running animated sitcom that's both hilarious and shockingly insightful. On the surface, it's about the Simpson family, Homer, Marge, Bart, Lisa, and Maggie, living their quirky lives in the fictional town of Springfield. But the show is also packed with satire, social commentary, and surprisingly accurate predictions about real-world events.
Right, and it's those predictions that we're diving into today. So what's the deal, Cole? How did a comedy show seemingly predict events like Elon Musk's rise or Donald Trump's presidency years before they happened?
That's the big question, isn't it? Let's break it down for everyone. Back in the early 2000s, an episode of The Simpsons featured a storyline where Donald Trump became president. At the time, it seemed absurd, just a random satirical joke. Fast forward to 2016 and suddenly it wasn't a joke anymore.
And don't forget Elon Musk. They didn't just predict his rise in the tech world, they also showed him launching groundbreaking innovations that mirrored reality almost exactly.
It's uncanny, and here's what makes it so fascinating. These aren't isolated examples. The show has predicted everything from smartwatches to the Disney-Fox merger. It's like the writers tapped into some sort of collective foresight, or maybe they just have a keen eye for patterns.
Exactly. And that brings us to the bigger question. How do they seem to see things coming before the rest of us?
Here's a theory. The Simpsons writers have an incredible ability to observe trends and project where they might lead. But beyond that, it raises an interesting point about how the world operates. There are systems and patterns shaping society, things happening behind the scenes that aren't immediately visible.
So, are you saying there are forces, let's call them hidden hands, that are setting the stage for these events?
I'm saying it's worth thinking about. The world often seems chaotic, but there's always a structure behind the chaos. And sometimes the people at the top of that structure have a vested interest in maintaining control. They want to shape the narrative, keep things predictable, and make sure people stay focused on being good workers instead of free thinkers.
Ah, the old stay-in-your-lane mentality?
Exactly. Shows like The Simpsons peel back the curtain just a little. They remind us that the world is shaped by human choices, and that some of those choices are made to keep people small, disconnected from their own power.
And here's the ironic part. While these systems try to keep people focused on the mundane, they also rely on people staying unaware of their own creative potential.
Right. Think about it. The reason those predictions feel so shocking is because most of us are conditioned to think we're just passengers in life. But the truth is, we're creators.
Exactly. If anything, those predictions should inspire us to start seeing the patterns in our own lives. What story are you buying into? What systems are you supporting without even realizing it?
And more importantly, what would happen if you stopped following the script and started creating your own?
That's the key, isn't it? Recognizing that you don't have to be part of someone else's narrative. You can step into your own story and start shaping your life the way you want it to look.
Because here's the thing. The Simpsons may have predicted some wild events, but that doesn't mean the future is set in stone. The power to shape it is still in your hands.
Well said, Cole. And to anyone listening, start questioning, start imagining, and start creating.
Stay tuned to the frequency of FLM, fun, love, and money. Live a lucky life.